welcome back to that No Qlue Podcast. I know you can probably see us, but we can't see you because we got these dark ass glasses on, and I am in the dark.
I can't see a damn thing.
I can't see
I need the sun to be out so I can look at it, just so I can see through these glasses. This feels like I'm in Mammoth Caves when they turn all the lights out.
Yeah, we are fully prepared for the solar eclipse tomorrow.
Get your protection.
Don't look directly into the sun unless you have sunglasses like these.
Look. Don't. I said this in an earlier episode. You don't actually need the glasses. The glasses are like...
Pause.
You don't need the glasses because guess what? The sun's getting covered up. That means the sun's rays are not going to be as strong, so you can look in that thing with no glasses on. And you cannot sue us either because we have
for all legal purposes, don't...
For all legal purposes,
don't
this
go
is a comedy.
look into the sun.
This is a comedy podcast, so if you take something serious from this podcast, that's on you. Yeah. We're not held at fault. So look right in the middle of the sun. No glasses, no protection. Just raw dog the sun. Do it.
I feel like
you don't need to see us.
Like Batman.
Yeah. What do you mean?
You nearly adopted the dark. I was born in it.
I was born in the darkness.
Oh yeah, because like they're like, I'm like even looking at like lights.
There's nothing. Yeah, you can't see literally.
If you look at the light over there, you can kind of see.
Oh, okay. That's like the sun.
Yeah, we're practicing.
Yeah, we're getting ready.
Practice makes perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everyone, welcome back to that No Qlue Podcast. We missed you. We hopefully you missed us too.
Mm-hmm.
And this is gonna be a fun one. We kind of talked about what we want to talk about because we never really planned what we're going to talk about, just like ideas. Most of the time, we just go off of a tangent, and it's not even like what we kind of even talked about. But kind of going right into the solar eclipse. It makes me think back to you go to a barber, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I'm not going to ask you where because I know you
I go to a barber, baby.
You've had some changes in the recent
I've got my hair. I've had 4 barbers in the past 4 years, I feel like.
Yeah.
I'm not going to count the girls at Great Clip or Sports Clips because at one point they were tag teaming my hair at Sports Clips. They were having a girl train. They took my hair and they cut it into, well, they didn't cut it. They put it in like 4 pieces, right?
Yeah.
Like back, front. And she's like, all right, I'm gonna let you take this, like adjacent parts, like back right, front left. I'm like, how about not? Why can't the manager cut my whole head? Why does this like trainee have to do it? And then she's like, I can't do it. And that's the last thing you want to hear when you're at Sports Clips. They're playing highlights from like 98 on the TV.
Oh no.
Yeah, she's like, I think I'm
going to grow back.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm almost 30, bitch. I'm about to lose all my hair. I don't have hair to play with anymore.
It doesn't grow back.
Yeah. I was like, I'm balding. I was like, you're out here cutting my hair up like that. So I'm not going to count the Sports Clips girls because never had the same girl twice. Even if you like even like you put on the thing like, hey, I prefer Bridget over Brenda, they didn't care. Yeah. They were like, well,
you're getting Joni.
Yeah,
she just got here today.
We just got a girl who just got out of Paul Mitchell, so she's coming over here to work for you. Is Paul Mitchell even a thing? Maybe. I don't know. I thought it was makeup.
I don't know if they like. I remember like they got in some trouble.
Let's just say Aveda. Let's just say they came from Aveda. I feel like it's an easy copy paste.
See, like for me, I got barber loyalty. Okay. I've had the same one. Typically, like whenever I go to the city, like whatever city I'm in, I always have one.
Oh wow, Mr. Barber man over here. Like, you know whatever city I'm in, I got one Cincinnati.
Honestly, I had one in Chillicothe.
Got one in Kansas City.
I didn't have one in West Lafayette solely because the one in West Lafayette. No. I had 2 in West Lafayette.
Oh,
the first one fucked me up so badly that like I had to go home and like fix my shit because like, he just messed it up.
Nothing worse than putting a hat on right after the cut,
bruh. I went to my car and almost went back in and fought him because the first thing you do when you get in your car because like you don't look at the mirror when they show you what it looks like because you're just like, oh yeah, no, I like it. I went back to my car and looked at the mirror, and I was like, I understand why people like lose their shit and. Have those rage moments when they end up on the news because I'm about to have one. Do you know what fibers are?
Like what type of?
It's like the spray fibers on your hair to make So like obviously I got my receding hairline. I look like Vegeta out here.
Yep.
And he put so many fucking fibers on my forehead that it just looked like somebody colored my shit in with a Sharpie.
Shit didn't even look real to me.
And I was like, I'm about to go fight him. So I just went back home, fixed my shit, went back to work. The second guy I went to in West Lafayette, he was good. It was my dude, Tone. He had me down.
Shouts out
like,
Tone.
Tone lived in Chicago. One day, Tone left to go to Chicago and never came back. So I never saw Tone again.
Did we lose Tone or is Tone still around?
I have no fucking idea.
Tone, hopefully you see this episode one day. Hopefully we gave you a shout out. But
I would say like this is what happened to me, but I was trying to contact you and they just said like they haven't heard from you. So if you are still alive, appreciate everything you did. If not, R.I.P.
Condolences in the chat. Everyone put R.I.P. in the chat. And
then I had Mr. Styles down in Georgia. Probably one of my better barbers I've ever had. He used fibers, but he didn't do an excessive amount. Like it just kind of like darkened my hair and made it look crisp. But that's where this story kind of kicks off because he was a big ass conspiracy theorist. And when I was down in Georgia, it was one of the last eclipses. And he's sitting there cutting my hair. And then he just like stops. And he's like, "You think that that lunar eclipse is real?" And I said, "What? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean if I think it's real?" He's like,
I think so.
"You really think that the sun is like getting in front of the moon and all that?" And I was like,
"Probably.
Yeah. I mean,
I could see it happening. At least once
I
or so.
I learned about it in science class, and like it's happening in the sky. We can see it." And he started talking about like, "I don't think it's real." He's like, I think it's a government ploy that they like set something off every single time that an eclipse happens." And for the longest time, I was like, "Nah, he's just crazy." But like, you're not gonna say shit to him because like he's controlling your life.
He's cutting your hair.
Like, if you like disagree with him, he's like, "Yeah, you're right."
Right. Oh.
You walking around with a bald spot for the rest.
Your whole
of
head's fiber
for like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whole head's fiber. Shh. He's spray painting.
I'm gonna look like Astro Boy coming out of there.
He's gonna give you the
so
Naruto.
smooth,
He's gonna give you
man?
the Naruto. He's gonna like. He's like, actually, you have no hair anymore. Sorry, boy.
I'm about the Goku like full on tall hair. But yeah, no, I just had to like sit there and like kind of start to agree with him about these conspiracies. I was like, yeah, man, like that does make sense. I walked out like, man, he is fucking crazy.
Crazy shit, yeah.
But he cuts my hair so damn good, I'm gonna keep coming back.
Sometimes you gotta let your barber slide on some crazy shit that they say just because they cut your hair so well. I know about that.
The shit that you hear in barbershops, like that is like definitely a thing of like that barbershop culture where it's like you hear some shit going down in there. It's like, oh, old preacher Johnson, he in here talking about cheating on his wife, but like
ain't nobody saying nothing.
Nobody saying nothing.
Yep.
Like what happens in the barbershop stays in the barbershop.
Sometimes.
Not
all the time.
It always gets out, but like sometimes.
It's like, who told? You're like, wait a second. I only told 2 people that.
But yeah, no, with him talking about the conspiracies of like the government wanting to do stuff, have you seen all the warnings that they've been putting out?
For what? Looking at the sun?
Yeah.
I mean, I know like for my work, we put out a decent amount of warnings for traffic control. I think this happened a couple of years, or back in like 2017, I think is when it was. And everyone was down in Kentucky for it. And it took them about 17 hours to get from like Louisville, Kentucky to like Cincinnati, Columbus area.
So I just saw something where they're talking about, obviously be prepared for traffic.
Correct.
And then don't look directly into the sun.
Without the glasses?
But now they're talking about like there might be a terrorist attack.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like any big gathering of people can merit a terrorist attack. The only thing with this is it's not like a concert or it's not like a show. It's you have people scattered out through that whole line of totality. Unless they have, a laser beam come through and just like follows the line on. Yeah, that'd be the only way that I could like, a mass gathering. Like people will come together for it, but I mean, more people come together for sporting events in one area. So,
and I mean, that's what they said, like large gatherings might be targeted and all this shit. And I was like, okay, like that's obvious. Like they're not going to go to like a single yoga class in the middle of the park and like when nobody else is there. Like they're going to go to a large event.
Yeah.
But when they started talking about like that, and then they also put out warnings of like people should like have escape shelters prepared and like you should have a paper map and all this other shit. I'm like, bro, what?
I got my atlas out.
Like, what are they expecting to happen during this eclipse that's like that deep, where it's like,
didn't you see they were like shooting missiles at the sun? Shooting like four missiles at the sun or something like that.
Who?
The government.
Why?
I just saw a video on TikTok, which again, don't get your news from TikTok. Some
Get
people
your news from TikTok. That's
get your
always
news,
right.
yeah, news from TikTok. Show it to your family. Tell them you saw it on there because it's basically fact.
Show it to your grandparents because they're gonna think like shit's actually happening right now too.
No, like they. I watched a video last night about it. There's a bunch of random stuff happening during it. It's like in that time, I think the government's shooting like 4 missiles at the sun. I don't know why. Exactly.
There's already like solar flares and shit
Yeah.
happening on the surface of the sun that's like could impact this. Like why? That's like don't poke the bear.
Yeah, they're
And
doing
like,
a bunch of
"Watch
stuff
this."
during that time. I mean,
Hold my beer.
and it is kind of weird. I'm not trying to get super conspiracy theorist right now. Obviously, we're going to get into some. But like even with the boats hitting all the bridges right now, right before this thing happens, it reminds me of what was the last thing that happened? It was
All the trail derailments.
yeah, all the trains were going
trail.
trail.
The trails are just going.
Yeah, the train. I was like, oh my god, the trails are gone. No, the train derailments with all like the hazardous materials. Like, I mean, that happened here in Ohio in East Palestine.
Yeah.
Like, that happened like dominoes. And again, we've talked about it. That happens a lot. Trains don't derail all the time.
Our
It's
train infrastructure in America is trash.
yeah, and everyone's like, oh, I want an Amtrak train to go across the country. No, you don't.
I want high speed rail to go across. The country.
Yeah, that'd be sick. But like, the amount of train derailments that it shined a new light on it. Is
Yeah.
what it was. It was like, okay, now we have like all this stuff, these chemicals that typically are sitting here, now they're wrecking. And the same thing, kind of thing with the bridges is you see one bridge get hit, and then guess what? Another bridge gets hit. Another bridge gets hit. And it's like, do they usually get hit like that,
Or is it just not interesting to us?
are we
enough?
now into like, oh shit, something's about to happen? Let's show it all this.
Well, you also saw where they docked the USS New Jersey, I think. It's like one of like the most famous warships for a military. It just got docked.
For what?
I have no idea. I didn't read into it.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about that's the thing about conspiracy theory stuff is like, I have time to get a base level like knowledge of it, but I'm not one to like dig super deep into it because you do kind of come off as crazy at one point.
Yeah,
Where it's like, yeah, I believe you. I believe the government's doing something. Or I believe like,
100%.
this and this and this happened. But
I don't think it's exactly how.
yeah,
you're
but when you
saying it.
but when you start spilling like little details, people start looking at you like, what the fuck is wrong with him?
And like you don't want to be that person too. Like you start talking about conspiracies, people are gonna like start side eyeing you. Like, oh yeah, man.
I'm
that
side eyeing
sounds
you
right.
in these glasses. You just can't tell.
Yeah, you can't see shit.
I know. I'm like,
And that's what my whole conspiracy I want to talk about deals with not being able to see shit. The conspiracy of like Stevie Wonder isn't blind.
yeah.
And people keep trying to make him
They
like
say something. He's like, yeah, like he's like looking at people.
and shit.
Yeah, he's like looking at him. He's like,
He went to like a middle school, and they wanted him to take the ceremonial shot because they like built a new gym, and they gave him the basketball. And he just threw it straight up, and it didn't get nowhere near the hoop.
oh, but it says like, he drained it. I was
No.
like,
I feel like the principal was one of the people like who fell into that conspiracy theory because like a lot of people we fall into
Yeah.
it. We
I
fall
need to-
into
I need to make
conspiracies
sure.
easily. You're like, hey Stevie, shoot this, shoot it,
shoot this ball.
shoot the
man.
J.
Hey, shoot it. I mean, that's the thing is like conspiracy theories never was really big into. I remember in high school, the Denver airport conspiracy came up.
Bro,
Do you
that one
remember that?
I'm still stuck on that one. I still believe it.
Making a brand new airport in the state that has a highly functioning one. I think it was Denver. Yeah, it was Denver
Yeah.
airport. Did they moved it to, or was where it was before?
I forget what other airport, but like it was
It was
like
right by. It wasn't
yeah,
far away.
It was a good one.
And then they went and they showed like, the depictions on the wall, guy with the gas mask, all these kids dying, and then the world being repopulated. The fences, instead of the fences being like barbed wired out so people couldn't
Can't
jump
get
in,
in.
there was barbed wired in versus out.
Yeah.
It had the AGLU, which was like gold and silver, but when you combine the two, it's a deathly poisonous gas. They had literally miles and miles and miles of buildings, infrastructure buried or made underground, and like nozzle heads and everything in these tunnels, which would give gas. But why would you need that in a place that is underground where you can't really have fires and things of that nature? So there's so many things. And in high school, you're easily influenced because you're kind of just at that rebellious stage. You don't want to keep listening to like what the teacher says. Like the teacher don't know yet. I think I know.
You're part of it.
Yeah, like you telling me you went to school for 8 years for this shit. I think I know a little thing about this more than you do. Conspiracy theories. Let me drop them on you. But I watched that video as like a 6-part. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Also, it's not a conspiracy theory, but I did believe in Coney. at the time.
Oh, Coney 2012.
Yeah,
Bro, we all were behind that.
But yeah, we were trying to buy this shit online. Like, Coney's killing all the people. He's doing all this.
Why are we learning physics when we could be helping the people of Africa? Because Coney's murking them right now.
What did it come out? Was Coney not even real, or were they not? Like,
it lost its tread. Like it stopped becoming popular. I don't know if they ever even caught Coney or if Coney.
I don't even know Coney was real.
You have to Google that.
I thought they debunked that. I thought like, Coney was not real. It was just like them trying to like make this money. Which I mean, I respect it. Scamming is in. Scamming's been in for the past couple of years.
Scamming's been in since biblical days, man.
Yeah, if you guys want to learn how to do it, Cash App, No Qlue Podcast, $25, and then we will teach you how to do this.
We'll teach you how to make a giant conspiracy theory.
We'll teach you how to do the method of scamming, and you can get paid.
It's like that one Amazon book, How to Scam People.
And you buy. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, give us a 25.
First, it's like I'm still waiting for it to come.
They're like, you are the method, buddy. Like, damn it,
bruh. It only takes one. It only takes one.
Oh, I know. Well, that's like, did you not see the one? That's not, I mean, it kind of is a conspiracy theory. There's a guy on TikTok who was like trying to regrow his hairline, right?
Yeah.
And he had waves. And he was, he was selling, dude, I can't. He was selling a book. He was selling books, like stages on how to get waves. Come to find out, this man's hairline was pushed back. Oh. And he had the fibers, and he had like a little mini like wig in the spots. And so he was like, "Oh yeah, you need to like buy this, like is it strawberry mint oil or something like that? You know, all the stuff that's not over the counter. Like not minoxidil and Finsteride or
you gotta buy this toothpaste."
He's like, buy this, buy this
Colgate.
strawberry mint oil, drop it on here, rub it in. He's like, and do this, this, and this. Well, come to find out, the man never had waves in the first place. He's like, starting my journey on growing my hair back, and he shaves his head, and everyone's like, wait a second, Unc. He's like, where'd the hairline go? Everyone's like, where's the hairline at? They're like, no, he fooled us. I go and look and see what these packages are selling for. He was selling these packages for $75, and they were broken into like 24 parts. And
people were buying them too.
I mean, if I wasn't a researching man, I probably would have. If I could get waves myself, I don't have that textured hair to do it. No oceanic trenches in my hair. Just
if I ever walked in and you just had waves, I'm smacking you.
Yeah. Yeah, my waves would look like some Taiwanese tsunami waves. I'd have the craziest hair. My mom ended up straightening her hair whenever I was in the womb, thinking that was going to give me straight hair. Little did she know that I was going to get my grandfather's balding pattern. I wish she would have stopped that, but you know, some beggars can't be choosers. I had hair for a long enough time.
I remember when I first found out that like you don't get the balding gene from your dad, but from your mom. Mm-hmm. So you basically have to look at your grandfather.
You're like, shit.
So I was like, okay, let me look at that. But both my grandparents were bald. I was like, this runs everyone in my family.
Dude,
bald.
yeah,
So
I remember my. I was at like a family cookout, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Jimmy lost all of his hair at 23." I'm like,
huh? How old?
I said, huh? I was like, I'm 17 at the time.
I will say I'm doing better than my dad. My dad was like already like you know my dad looks. Mm-hmm. He already had, like his hairstyle he has now. He had that shit at this age.
I saw what his hair looked like on his Facebook page. Yeah. He still posts on it. Wait,
his new house.
Yeah, his new house. All that money he's got. I get so much money. That's a conspiracy in itself. I think he sold it.
Not only do I have a new house, but check out my new hairline.
Yeah, he's like, how to get my hairline back? Leans down. Got to come out to Arizona.
I'm swimming in it now. Oh shit!
Y'all want waves? Just give me a couple bucks. I'll help you out. But no, that the Coney conspiracy thing. I guess it's not really a conspiracy. That was just a scamming method. Denver airport conspiracy, and the biggest one, which is the most controversial one, and no one, don't come at us for this one, please. But the 9/11 conspiracy.
9/11.
That conspiracy that'll get you killed. That's like the Boeing guy, the whistleblower that just came out, and then they murdered his ass, or he committed suicide. Excuse me.
See, we can talk about it because we haven't blown up yet.
Yeah, this episode might go 0 dark 30 if we happen to get
the following week. Where's No Qlue Podcast?
Yeah,
no one's Joshua is gone.
Yeah, no one's speaking to us at all. Like, the government's actually listening to this as we're like recording it.
They're fucking on to us.
My goddamn, these boys are knowing something. These boys know something.
They said they had no clue. Those fucking liars.
No clue my ass. No, so that is like again, I haven't done any research or anything of this nature. I'm not one to, get on the computer, go through and be like, let me see the exact total sum of the money that they lost.
Yeah.
Okay. But the general gist of that is the U.S. government misplaced trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. And they said misplaced. I don't know how you misplace that much money. If I misplaced $20,
I'm about to say, because, like,
I'm like, where's that shit at?
they don't really have, like, $1 trillion. Like, it's like,
Yeah, it's
computers.
all like IOUs. It's like
So
dumb,
it's like,
dumb and dumber.
you crash into my computer. You don't have a backup? Like, you don't have it, like, in the cloud somewhere?
Well, that's the thing is, like, so they come out on September 10th that they misplaced trillions of dollars. September 11th happens. Twin Towers get hit. Both of them go down. And then a plane hits the Pentagon, the exact room of where the documentation of where that money was allegedly had gone.
Which is so ridiculous
hit.
because, like, if you, like, look how it flew and, like, hit it.
Dude, you don't
like,
even see a plane.
you
They
wouldn't-
don't even find plane particles at the Pentagon. Someone said, the fuselage blew up and took it all out. No, you would still have the nose of
Do
the
you
plane.
know how accurate of a fucking pilot you'd have to be to fly that low to the ground to hit that spot?
It's like that's like a missile pattern. That's like
Yeah.
a missile flight. And again, this is like condolences to all the people who lost their lives in the towers, and also,
if y'all can hear that, we had the windows open because it's a beautiful day outside.
yeah, it's a beautiful day. If you
we
heard
got somebody with that Mustang,
someone got the Mustang,
American bald eagles.
he's got the Mustang, he's got the American Affliction shirt on. He's definitely heading over to Buckle, get him.
He's here for me time.
Yeah,
He's here for the captain of the me time, brother.
no, but anyway, that hit right in that exact spot, of that building, and then they were like, there's video footage of it. No, there's not.
No,
The video footage is like, it's kind of like the Epstein thing where it's like, that's another one. Jeez, we're gonna all.
We'll get there, yeah.
But no, like that exact room getting hit, and then us claiming, they have weapons of mass destruction over there. And if you think about it, just kind of like what happened with this Russia thing, with all the people getting killed at the mall.
Yeah.
Who took credit for it?
ISIS.
Yeah, ISIS took credit for it.
ISIS.
So you're telling me if a terrorist attack happens to us, then the people who literally live off terrorism,
Yeah, bro, that's
aren't
like
gonna
that's
claim
bragging
it?
rights
Yes.
too. Like, bro, I did that shit in America. That was all
yeah,
us.
y'all
That was
saw
us,
that
gang.
Hey, y'all saw that in the news? Yeah, that was us.
And then America comes to, like, drone strikes and like, we were
Yeah.
kidding. It wasn't really us.
Yeah, they're like, damn. I was like, we just kind of wanted the credit for it. Y'all out here.
But yeah, because my thing with 9/11 is like I don't know what all is true, if it's 100% like correct of like how it went down and everything and like why it went down. But what it did for me was like the government's lying to us. Like, I forget how many years. It's like 60 years or whatever. The CIA will like release the reports of like what really happened. It's like that's
It's
how
all
people found out,
black.
like,
It's all blacked out too.
yeah, but like that's how we found out about like JFK
Yep.
was like an inside job and all that other type of shit, and like aliens are real. That came out in the middle of COVID, and
Yeah,
everybody
they were
was kind of
casually dropped out
Yeah.
like, and then Mexico
People are
dropped that
dying.
little fake. That little fake.
we
alien was
found
like,
one.
He's like 2 foot big. He's like,
Oh,
yeah. I had that as my background for a while. 'Cause that shit was so funny. But yeah, like the same thing. Like with water, what was it, Watergate or Waterloo, whatever. Like
there was all kind like the government. Like when you're a large government that is like a major world power, like I get it. Like you can't just run clear cut dry. Like you ever watch that one show like Scandal or whatever?
yeah,
Yeah, it's that kind of stuff. Like
that was a little crazy though.
I
He
mean,
was having sex with everybody.
everybody fucking everybody, but like.
Yeah,
I feel like that's like not too far off the truth of like, something happens, like they have to like make some shit up
you
to
can
like,
spin stories.
yeah, to like make it like work. So like the masses are like in the dark and everything. And I mean like the other one I'm gonna talk about, Princess Kate. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
that
they
shit?
said she's dead because they
Yeah.
showed her finger and they're like, oh, her ring came off
that
her foot. It's
that
AI.
like she has cancer and
Yeah.
all this other stuff. And
Well,
like,
she came out and said she had cancer.
yeah, but they're trying to say like she's getting like pushed away so that he can like get married to this other chick who's like a more rightful queen or some shit.
No rightful queen.
I don't know.
Rightful queen, yeah.
But I mean, yeah, government, like, yeah, we all know it's corrupt. They're lying. They're not going to tell everybody everything because obviously, like, a person can be smart, but people are stupid. So, like, and then, like, with that one, like, there's we just found, like, a shit ton of oil in Iraq.
Give me that.
We
y'all
got to
got
go
gold- y'all
send
got
them
gold-
some democracy and freedom.
You got gold bars over there?
Yeah.
You see the pictures when they came back with all the gold?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, hey, we had weapons of mass destruction.
We didn't
over
find
there.
weapons, but we found these bricks.
Yeah, first off, it's like if they had weapons of mass destruction, why didn't they use them?
Because there wasn't any over there.
Oh, interesting.
And then like they
Used
kept
a plane.
They kept claiming like it was Iraq who did 9/11, and then like when they came out with it, like none of the dudes were actually from Iraq.
No,
It
no.
was like Jordan and like Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, just
like,
that
some other
general
shit.
area. And like, we've spoken on this before. If you go to like a gun shop and you buy one single bullet and you're like, yeah, I'm good. I don't need anything else. I feel
just
like
need
as
this.
yeah, I'm good. I'm good with this. One shotgun and one bullet, I'm gonna be fine. I feel like as the person selling that, you're going to say something. The same as if they try to like spin that story of, oh yeah, these guys were really just worried about taking the plane off, not landing it. Like, I feel like if that happened, you would have said something, especially being the government and being flying commercial airlines. That has to be one of the most vetting processes outside of, being an elected official at that level.
Yeah.
But they're not just going to be like, you know what? You're kind of right, buddy. Like, we actually don't care that you don't mind take the plane down. You just kind of want to take it off and be able to put it on cruise control. No, that's not.
The other part that like irks me. Now, forever, we have the most agonizing thing whenever you go to the airport. Like
Take your shoes off.
take your shoes off, which that was the
Open
shoe
your-
bomber.
open your
In all
bags, open
fairness,
your
that was a
bags.
shoe bomber. But like,
You don't have to take your shoes off going through
Bruh.
TSA pre-check.
yeah, and it's like, oh, I have some fingernail clippers because like my nails get long.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, nope, that's a weapon. I'm confiscating these. I'm
You
like,
could
what
take
am I-
that
what-
off, turn it
What am
into
I
a
going to
blade.
do with some fingernail clippers? Like,
I'm sure if you're like MacGyver, you could probably do something crazy with
I'm
them.
not MacGyver though.
You're MacGruber.
MacGruber.
Yeah. Give them celery stalks.
Give me the celery stock.
Yeah, no, that's. I mean, yeah, when you get on a plane now, dude, like you have to. The stuff that you bring, it's like, oh, you got liquid in there. It's like it's just a water bottle.
A
It's not even
bottle of
open.
water.
Like you might have.
Are you trying to bomb us? I'll
Yeah.
kill you. Like,
That's what, yeah. It's like I get it. You know,
thirsty.
you are running with the plane got hijacked. Which I don't know. Have you seen Hijacked on Apple TV?
No, I don't have Apple TV. But what pisses me off about the water bottles is like, you can't bring it in. Then you get past the gate, and then like you can go buy another water bottle.
Yeah, you're cool. You
Like,
just can't bring
can
your
pay
own in.
$6.99 for this one other bottle of water, but you can't bring that one in that you got from.
Dude, that happened to
Costco
me
for
just coming back from
$1.
Mexico this last summer. I was like, you know what? I want to have a couple things from Mexico that just for no reason. You can go to your local mart and just buy this stuff.
Yeah,
But it's like I wanted to buy a
Mexican version.
Yeah, a Mexican version of Diet Coke and a Mexican version of Coke Zero. And I drink the one. You buy it in the airport, get it, drink it. Delicious. It tastes a little different.
Yeah,
And then we go through customs, and it's in my it's on my carry-on because obviously I can't buy it and then put it in the bag. I've already checked my bag.
yeah.
And they're like, yeah, you can't bring this through. I'm like, it's not open, and I bought it at the airport over there. They're like, yeah, you can't have that. I was like, so what? Just imagine if I would have bought a liquor bottle to bring back home from over there. How's that work?
Right. I remember when we were in Jamaica and we were coming back, they had like your last chance effort to get like Jamaican rum and all that.
yeah.
And people were blowing like thousands of dollars in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then like they would check their bag and like for some reason since it was right there it was cool. But like if you would have bought it at the resort and tried to get
Bro,
it,
if you would have brought it back to the country, they would have taken it from you as well. That's
Yeah.
what they did to me.
it's like a game.
Yeah, it's like-
that's ours now.
That's what I want to know. I know like on military bases when they confiscate drugs or, illegal substances, they burn it. Like our weapons, they literally burn it in a burn pile. I want to know what happens at the airport. Like if you find
Charles is taking that shit home. buddy.
yeah, dead ass, because I feel like if you go back and you find like a bottle, like a glass bottle, let's say some Jamaican rum,
Yeah.
and it's not opened, it's cleared, it just didn't clear the vetting, the process to get in for some reason.
Yeah.
Can I just take that shit home? Because I did see a video. Again, always being like, oh, I saw it on TikTok, of a place. I think it's over in Paris or something of that nature. They have packages that never got mailed, and they just sell your mail packages that got like sent back,
I have seen that.
and they just sell them first. It's a mystery. You have no
Yeah, it's a
clue.
mystery
It's
box.
all
It's
based
exciting.
based off how much it weighs. But that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is like, is it the same thing at TSA? Is that a conspiracy theory? Are these guys side hustling?
If anybody works in TSA, comment down below. Let us know.
To give me
what
my
happens to
shit
all
back.
that stuff?
Yeah, give me my Diet Coke back, man. Well, that's the other thing is like I saw a video where, dude, everything's based off videos now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Someone had a AirTag in their bag,
Uh-huh.
which is smart. It's a tracking device.
Yeah. So you know where
And
your shit's
I think it was in New York, I think like LaGuardia, and they were like, "Oh, hey, my bag's not here. It said it was going to be delayed a couple of days. Why is my bag at someone's house?"
Bruh.
And they found the bag at an apartment, and then it got back the next day, and it wasn't missing anything, but they tracked the bag and the AirTag, and the AirTag left, went back to an apartment, was there, and then ended up back at the airport. So it's like,
That's how they got your AirPods.
dude. Oh yeah, did we talk about that last episode?
No.
All right, so this is gonna piss me off. What is it? We gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it because it has to happen. If y'all have been around for a long time, y'all know my car got broken into not too long ago, and they stole my work laptop and they stole my AirPod Pro Maxes. Right. Just a couple of days ago, I found out my AirPod Maxes are no longer in the city of Columbus. They are above fucking Senegal in Africa right now. Someone's listening to tunes in Africa on my fucking AirPod Pros, man. I had never run into this type of situation where, like, you know when they jokingly say, "Oh, this shit fell off the back of a truck," like it's $25 or $100. Like these headphones are supposed to be $550. I just out of like shits and giggles one night, I'm like, I'm gonna go look on my phone, see where my headphones are, like. Just kind of being like, oh, if they're still over there, I might as well slide by. Nah, man, I had to expand. Shit's sitting over there in Africa on a street.
It was the funniest fucking screenshot
man.
I have ever
And I
received
have no
from
clue
you.
what to do. Comment
nothing
below
you
if
can
you
do.
comment below if you guys know this. Is there any way I can call Apple and have them detonate them at one point? Because that's what I'm thinking about doing at this point. Is like calling Apple, like, hey, yeah, I'm not over in Africa right now, but is there any way you can blow these shits up for me? Because that's what I want to do. I want to get rid of them. I want them to be gone.
The fucking drill rap. He's like, "This is Fatih."
Yeah, this is fire.
Apple's like, "Thank you."
Yeah, like Apple products. Why
Send
can't
them
y'all
the survey.
Yeah, Apple products. Why can't you malfunction right now for me, and not even catch on fire like a lithium battery? Just instantly.
I bet he's trying to figure out how to get the name off. He's like, "Who the hell is Daddy Garrett?"
See, yeah, Big Daddy can be. I named it whenever I was in high school or middle school. Whenever I first got my iPod. This man has not contacted me. I know a lot of times when people steal like phones and whatnot at festivals, they end up sending them like the messages like, "You need to get off this number" or something like that, or "I'm going to kill your family" and whatnot. I know for a fucking fact no one's killing my family. I'm blowing those headphones up at one point. I don't know how. I don't know way. No way. I'm getting over there to get it. It's like Knuckles. It's like, do you know the way? I'm going over there and I'm getting my stuff back. It's going to be an extraction mission, man. I don't know who's coming with me. I don't know who's riding with me, but I know from work I'm getting a drone. I don't know how far that drone flies.
Bro, have you seen what Ukraine's been doing with their drones? It's like modern warfare.
They're
warfare.
like flying them at Russian guys and blowing them up. Like he's like, this guy, his last sheet, and it's like and blows up when he's sitting in a little building.
This shit's crazy. Like,
technology is insane.
what a way to go out. Like, and can you imagine how scared you would be? Like, those drones are fast and like you're running for your life.
Well, the thing with those is like the drone that I'm supposed to get for work is right around $1,000, right? And it's a mini drone, obviously.
You're really getting a drone
for work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
We're getting a drone because I don't feel overshare my work. This is not what you guys want to hear, but
It's emergency management stuff.
yeah, I do emergency management stuff. So if we have like a fire, we have an active shooter, we have any type of like, damage done post tornado, we would fly the drone over the spot. Like if there's a brush fire, we can see how far the brush fire has gone, see the damage from an overhead perspective, just basic stuff.
Have you ever flown a drone?
Yeah, I flew right into my parents' house.
Cool.
But it was one of the like speed drones that you see them do like the races. Like
Yeah.
This one right here is more of a. It has an anti-crash system in it, so it has sensors whenever you're flying it.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy with. I can't complain. But I think you has to get cleared with like was it not FFA? It's like FA.
Yeah. You have to get like approved.
So if it goes over 1,300 feet, which I will be flying that thing over 1,300 feet, but the nearest place to call would be Indianapolis, and I already know someone who has a drone, and then every time he's called, they're kind of annoyed because they're like, you're getting clearance for a 1 by 1 foot item that's going to go up in the air, and planes aren't supposed to fly that low anyway. You're just in that airspace. So no, I'm getting the drone. I'm going over to Africa.
You're gonna fly.
Dude, they have drones now that can pick people up and fly them like. Like,
The Amazon dropship stuff.
yeah, I'm gonna just like get them like going over the Atlantic, or no, yeah, the Atlantic. Dude, I'm getting those back, man. I know exactly what street they're on. They're not on a. I don't know what the lettering is, but it looks like Arabic spelling. But
Yeah.
but it's I saw when they were being listened to at like 10-11 one night, and I'm like,
Bro, I would just let it go.
nah, man. I'm doing like a Taken.
Let it
Even though
like
Taken was like a thing that was a little more extreme, but I'm not gonna. I feel
let
bad for the
somebody
guy.
less fortunate than you have something nice. 'Cause
He
you
knew that shit was
literally
stolen.
went out and
He
bought
knew that
another
shit was
pair.
stolen. He knew that shit was stolen. You buying stolen goods?
I mean, if I don't know it's stolen.
But you, bro, if I come to you with a pair of AirPods, brand spanking new, and I'm like, hey, give me $100 for these. You think I'm just gonna be a good friend?
Yeah.
Come on, man. He's lying on camera.
Yeah, I mean,
you
for
can't see his eyes. You can't see his eyes.
exactly. You
But
don't
look at
know
my
what
eyes
behind you.
rolling.
Have you seen the other? Have you seen the other conspiracy where people are talking about now? There's like this scam out where like people like they're trying to give AirPods to different women so that they can track them after they like leave a store. So basically, the scam is they walk up to you and they're like, "Oh, I don't have like money for these groceries or whatever. Can you please buy them for me?" And then like you try to buy them for them, and they're like, "Thank you so much. Like here's these AirPods." So it's like my way of appreciation to show you that I'm appreciative.
Why don't you sell those shit yourself?
So what?
So why wouldn't you just sell that shit yourself?
Exactly.
Make a couple bucks.
So like they give you the AirPods, you leave, and then like they have like your location and like everything like that. So they're like, oh yeah, I'm definitely just gonna like track you down, like rob you at your house, or like just track you and see whenever you're like by yourself, if like you're a woman, to like traffic you and everything. So like that's the scam that's out right now, coming from
the
yours truly,
scam.
TikTok.
So let me get this correct.
Yep.
We got women at the grocery store
Yep.
not being able to afford things,
Uh-huh.
asking other women to get them,
Uh-huh.
giving them AirPods in exchange.
Uh-huh.
Series 1,
I'm thinking it's like like your AirPods, like AirPod Pros.
AirPod Pro Maxes,
Yeah.
I'm not taking them.
No.
I'm looking at them being like, why? Because I know they're stolen. I know there's something illegal going on with it.
Or it's like that one like prank where they're like they like get the stuff from the back and like, here, you just won these AirPods, and then like you walk out of the store, like the alarms start going off.
Yeah.
Have you seen those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like, this happened to me at a grocery store one time.
Story time.
Yeah, it's not a long story. I told this motherfucker no immediately. She came up with a cart and a note about needing like baby formula and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I'd already seen her hit up like 2 people.
Yeah.
And it'd be different if you could, conjure that message verbally to me. Don't hand me a piece of paper like it's a script. She handed it to me, and I looked at it, and I was like, looked up at her, and I was like, you can't see me. I'm like, no. And I handed it back to her. And then I saw her go to the next person. Well, guess what? At the end of this trip, she was with her mama or whoever it was,
Yeah.
and it was like a mission. It was like a mission going back and forth. She's like, "Do you get anybody? Do you get anybody?" Which I'm obviously didn't say those words, but it was basically checking to see if they got anybody. You know me going through every aisle. I'm like, hey, someone's trying to scam down there. Someone's trying to scam down there. Someone's trying to scam down there. So she didn't win. She didn't win that day. That was actually in Columbus Kroger.
I had somebody in West Lafayette do that where like dude like was walking around with like all of his kids and like hand me a piece of a fucking note, and it was in horrible handwriting. And
Yeah.
like, please help. I need
Spelt
food.
wrong.
And I was just like, I can't read, man.
Yeah, for real.
In the back, I'm like, bro, I'm wearing like a whole Purdue shirt and all that
Mhm.
shit. He's like, that nigga lying to me.
I do. At one point, you have to. At one point, you like have to just kind of call it out. Like, look.
Nah, like I've always been one, like if I see somebody who's like homeless or anything like that, like they're asking for money, I'm always like, I'm not gonna give you money, but like I'll buy you like a glizzy from the nearest gas station and give it to you.
Facts. And he's gonna be mad about it.
Yeah, they're gonna sit there and look at me like,
You a bitch for that.
yeah,
No, exactly. That's the
but I'm
thing.
not really hungry.
Yeah, I'm not really hungry. I want to shoot for some drugs. But no, like having to work with that population for a long time, I have realized like if that's what you're gonna do, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah,
Is if you give them money, I'm not gonna put everyone in a box. Sometimes it doesn't go towards that, and that's just me firsthand having to run a shelter with people who would get the money and I knew what they would spend it on.
obviously, like they're not good with their money. Like,
No,
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna sit there
they're
and
not
again,
financial
not put everybody in the
advisors.
same box, but like they got to that predicament some way because drugs are more powerful than people expect.
Correct, for your brain.
And like, oh, I used to be this kind of person, and like now I'm addicted to this, so all my money is literally going to that, and that's when you start missing like on your payments and all that. And then you're stuck, and then you get some money, you're like, well, I feel like shit. What makes me feel better?
Mm-hmm.
This.
Yeah, not a glizzy. A glizzy could make you feel better. Pause. But no Diddy. But
No
it could,
Diddy.
no Diddy. But a glizzy could be decent for a meal. But Noah's going to get him the roller dog glizzy from Circle K, and that's going to mess his
I'd
stomach
at least
up.
do a Speedway, you know.
I haven't seen a Circle K in so long, but I remember growing up going and getting,
Polar
not
Pops.
getting, but yeah, Polar Pops, and then they had the hot dogs that had been on the roller since like 8 a.m., just rolling dry as hell. That's the one you're
Not
giving
even
in.
shiny anymore. It's
Yeah,
just-
he's like, man, give me the drug money, man. I don't want that.
they watch the people grab them at this point, like, oh, he's about to eat
Yeah,
it.
they're taking bets in the back. Like, I wonder who's going to get their roller dog tonight.
Oh,
But no, that's the thing is like, I did not give them money. That was not conspiracy per se, but that was scams and conspiracies
Scams and
kind of
conspiracies,
together.
hand in hand.
I mean, I guess. Is it a scam? Because Epstein was scamming people for massages, and that's how that shit blew up into the island. I know
My
you've
thing is
seen
like,
it.
is it so much of a scam as more like exploitation?
Yeah,
and, like, now, like-
yeah.
Talking about no Diddy, like Diddy doing the exact same shit, like,
How is he not caught? And if the
bruh,
FBI and the federal,
he's out riding bikes with what's his name, Stevie J or whatever.
Yeah, they're out in Florida. He's
Steve-
chilling.
Stevie J sitting there saying like, for all the celebrities that want to try to say something, just know what the thing says that he did have cameras in every single room. So if you were there,
Yeah, and that's why he's not caught.
and
Bro.
people were shutting up, they're like, oh,
Yeah, because they're like, hey, LeBron, come on, man. Same birthday, both from Ohio. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. No.
Drewski,
No.
I was at a Diddy party, huh?
Hmm?
I wasn't at the Diddy party,
But I was at a Diddy party. I wasn't doing that type of stuff. How
Which
you know? How you know?
I can, I can get what he's saying at that like level of like you're like at that base level, like you're not invited into the
You're not
inner
Meek
circle,
Mill. Yeah.
but like you were there and like you could tell something's going on. It's kind of like when like you're like in high school and like you're a group of friends, like you're at a party and all the other guys like go to the back room. You're like, what's going on in there? And
Hey,
like
don't even
they're
worry about it.
drinking
Yeah.
beer. You're like,
Wait a second. There's beer at this party? I thought we had twisted
I thought
teas.
this, yeah,
thought we had twisted teas.
I thought this was Mountain Dew Code Red.
Yeah. They do
Uh,
actually have Code Red. And
So it's like you're at the party, but you're not at the party.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's like a little bit of that going on.
But it's like the thing is at those big parties, like getting into those, there has to at least be an invitation to it where
Right.
you know what's going on, which doesn't put you in the category of like you did
Us.
it, but it also puts you in the category of like you knew.
Yeah,
So it kind
you
of
don't, you don't have plausible deniability.
yeah, you're guilty
anymore.
by association at that point because it's like you're there, and like if he did have, dude, that's crazy. If he had cameras in every single
room.
If you did anything illegal, just like some little schmidgy thing, like let's not go to the full extent of like the child trafficking ring, but if you did anything illegal that could put you in jail,
In jeopardy.
yeah,
Yeah, like
it didn't matter if it was like. I mean, weed's always been illegal there, but like weed's not legal in Florida. Let's say you're in Florida, just something small like that, like smoking weed.
yeah, they're coming for you.
They're gonna,
They got a warrant for
hey,
you
we
now.
have you doing something illegal now, so we can like find a reason
Or
to come
even
get
if you're
you.
not doing anything illegal and you go there and like you're a celeb and you cheat on like your spouse,
Sure.
your significant other, he's got you.
Yeah,
Like-
he's got some type of weight above you, and that's the biggest thing is that's a conspiracy with Diddy has all this on these people, and then Epstein had this all on these people, and then they want to say that he killed himself. The last person to kill to take themselves out is the one who has all this dirt on high ranking people.
And that's the other thing too. Like I'm watching this one because like they said, it's not just celebrities. Like he had politicians, he had princes, and
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean,
monarchy people
Yep.
up in there. Like, which again is just like, what are people doing? Like,
look how long he's been around.
yeah,
I mean, I don't know when the Epstein stuff started. Obviously, Epstein didn't have anything until he like stole that money from Lex Wexner. But Diddy's been around since like the early '90s, like doing the
well, I mean, that like Diddy took credit for.
Tupac.
I was about to say Tupac or Biggie. I forget which one. but
Tupac's murder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he took credit for killing Tupac.
Well, he didn't do it, but he got the person.
But
to
he
do
got
it.
somebody to do
Yeah.
it. Same thing with somebody came out recently and was talking about like how Diddy was the person who shot somebody, but he took the fall for it because Diddy told him like, do this for me or else like all this other shit's gonna happen. Then you start looking at like the videos of like him and like Justin Bieber, and you realize that like that poor white boy, they were working through him.
I mean, this all could be rumor as well,
but the way
they were like
watching his
training
body interactions with him and everything, and then like
he patted him down to see if he had a wire.
He had Bieber went through like that horrible depression until he started dating what's the celebrities?
Haley Baldwin.
Yeah, until he started dating her, and he came out and talked about it. He's like, yeah, like I was severely depressed.
You saw his art during like pre-COVID. And stuff?
Even his damn songs. I got like Sam was sitting there listening to it. I'm like, do you not hear how depressed this dude is? Like,
well, that's when they used the yummy as Pizzagate. Remember, he always put the pizzas and stuff like that. Which that was a child trafficking ring for anyone who's not
found out. Also, cheese pizza is girls and pepperoni pizza is for boys.
Correct. So what I'm saying is like, those are some of the things that, you know, are we ever going to know ourselves? Like, hell, maybe when we're like 70 and the CIA or whoever comes out and releases
if it comes down, like somebody can actually like expose it. But I feel like if it gets fully exposed, the ramifications and the amount of people who are
it's
like
never. I don't think the truth. Yeah,
top dogs. It's going to mess up like the world order.
Well, yeah, the truth is never going to come out on that because if they come to the realization that all these high-ranking people are diddying these kids, it's like, what's safe anymore? Who can you trust? Like, there's nothing safe. It's just like not getting caught is basically the motive.
Yeah,
if they're getting away with it for all these years, because if you have so much power, man, and that's the thing is like, obviously money doesn't instantly equate to power because you can have a lot of money and still get knocked off by somebody who has like better connections. But
and if you cross somebody the wrong way, they're like,
correct,
you're gone.
But if you have the power, then you can accumulate the funds because you can, inside trade, you can get this, you can like sell this, you can do all this stuff. That's how they get at those points. But again, with that whole conspiracy, it's like, why is Diddy still out and about doing? I mean, I'm sure Epstein probably was out and about for a while before they had all the information. But like, you can't
they have to go through all the investigations and like actually like be able to plant.
Yeah,
because the thing is, like when they're operating at that level, it's like, for example, this guy I used to work with, he was weird. Just put it flat out there, and the way he would interact with individuals, it's weird. But there's nothing that's breaking policy or breaking the law.
Something's off with this.
But like there's something wrong, but he's not doing anything wrong. Mm-hmm. And like the way he would talk to people, he'd be like, "Oh, like let's go get a coffee," and like he's talking to like students, and he's like, "Let's get a coffee," and like they could tell like he's not just trying to get coffee, but on paper,
he's trying to get the cream.
It just says, "I'm just trying to get some coffee."
Yeah.
And like you can feel the vibes and everything and be like, oh, like it feels off and everything. But when it comes down to the investigation process, it's like, okay, like, yeah, he said he wanted to get coffee as a like not even like a thing, but like a get to know you.
Weird, like the guy from Lovely Bones.
Yeah. It's that type of shit. And I was like, oh, it drove me fucking crazy because like a lot of people were quitting. And they're like, I don't want to be around this person because like he's weird. He's doing this stuff. And like,
you're weird, buddy.
He's supposed to be my boss. And he's asking me to do this thing. And I'm like, yeah, all we can do is report it, but the same thing is happening. Like, we can't really do anything because he's not doing anything wrong, even though we know it's wrong.
Yeah, and
I feel like that's kind of what they're doing is like, if they are doing all these things and they know they're doing these things, they know how to do it so that they don't get in trouble. Or if there is like trouble impeding on it, it's going to take a long time so that they can like get their ducks in a row so that's not as serious.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing is like you said, if they had cameras in every single room in that house and then they raided both of his houses, did they raid only things that were subject to what that is, which would be the videotapes?
Yeah.
So the FBI has all those videotapes now. Like Diddy wouldn't have control of those because they raided both of those houses in Miami and in California. So that's like at that point, if you're a celebrity, I mean, you're kind of like almost SOL'd. Also, you just had to get in a comfier position. Right now, people on video can see this. Y'all don't watch the TikTok videos as much, but y'all been calling out. We got more shares on one video than we have likes. If anyone wants to comment below on that, let me know. But we need to figure it out because we had the first couple videos. 1600 views.
Yeah, 1,600 to I think 600 or 800, and then we went to TikTok Island. We're not being shown, and now it's like 80 and something.
Yeah. Well, we got 20-something shares on one of the videos. I'm staring right at the camera, man. You don't want to tell me why?
I can't see shit.
I mean, we've literally had these glasses on for almost an hour. Which we jokingly said we were going to keep these glasses on to start the episode.
I'm just trying to embrace my inner Helen Keller.
Yeah. Do you feel like you could? I mean, I don't know what she was seeing.
She wasn't seeing nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
allegedly.
She wasn't hearing anything either.
Just
lying
feeling,
ass.
Just feeling.
People walking in the room. She's like, "Oh, hey, Jeff." Fuck it. Like, fuck her.
She's like, good job.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
The thing with me is, it's like, I know when they say, you know, one of your senses goes to shit, the others get heightened.
Nope.
If you like double down on two senses going away, what touch is gonna feel is gonna be that strong.
No,
there's no way, because the other person doesn't have the same thing. The other person is going off all five.
It is over there dapping up and everything, laughing.
I mean, how hard as daps you'd have to do in a day.
Fucking count your days, Helen Keller.
You'd be getting calluses on your hands, like weightlifting.
Yeah.
You got to dap someone up 1,000,000 times a day, just have a conversation.
Then her
with them.
friend who knows the language dies, and she's like, "I'm just not talking to anybody anymore." Like, bruh.
Actually, have you ever have you looked up the books that she wrote?
No.
I wonder. That would just added to the story if we would have got a book of Helen Keller's just to kind of go over what it said on it.
Say some shit like, "The diary of I see you over there."
Yeah.
Like,
It just completely
what?
like ADD all over the place. My girl Bridget came over and told me some news. She rubbed my hand and told me that Clint was cheating on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's not, I don't know what she could teach you. Or she's like, you're not going to believe the airplane that I flew last week.
Did she ever get married either? Like,
Dude,
I was joking about her husband, but like,
I never looked into it. I never looked into her getting married or anything. I would highly doubt it. I mean, there's no communication in that relationship if you do that. And that's literally Love is Blind, if you think about it.
there was somebody on Twitter was talking about it. He's like, "Bruh, can you imagine getting a handy from somebody who has to do ASL?" He probably goes like so fucking
crazy.
dumb.
The twisties. Twisties
like,
be going crazy. You would put a pop
is wrong with people?
Yeah, it would be crazy. But I mean, also, it's like, I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't be. She'd be just throwing up gang signs.
I mean, at that point, let me just shut up.
Let's just keep it PG as we haven't. Our conspiracies theories at the end. Got Helen Keller. Got 9/11. Got the Denver airport. Coney-ish halfway, I guess. Because he's not really conspiracy. Epstein, Diddy. We missing any like big ones?
I mean, it used to be one, but like, what do you think about the whole alien thing? Like,
I mean, it would be ignorant to think that there isn't another entity or being.
it's already
out
been
there.
exposed. There are aliens.
Yeah,
Like, they came out and told us there are aliens. But my thing is like, are they really like the gray little dudes that we see? Are they
like y'all hold one
lizards?
captive?
Like,
Yeah, is
like,
there
what
one
do they
captive
really
in Area
look like?
51?
Are they on the planet? Are they really interacting with us? Like, because like, I guess one of the newer conspiracies is like, they've been like testing us to see like how we interact and everything, and like,
They love milk. I thought I saw that on something.
yeah, milk.
Yeah, I don't know what show that was on, but I mean, aliens have to be real. I mean, dude, I know that we're, thousands and thousands probably of years until we can do like travel across other galaxies. Like, it's not going to be like Guardians of the Galaxy or anything like that for a long, long time, because you have to travel so fast.
I mean, it's just also like, it'd be crazy to think like, oh,
it's just
in
us.
the entire universe, it's
Yeah.
just us.
Yeah, and you see
We're
how
the
big
only
you see how
planet.
big the universe is.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that, like, if they can make it here, how far behind are we than every other place?
The ones that scare me is like the people who are like, what if every other like civilized area in the universe just knows that like you shouldn't be putting out like these signals out to the universe because like there's like something out there that's even more dangerous.
Yeah.
We're out here like
we're shooting
Yeah.
rockets at the sun. They're like, what the hell? No, I got the last one. This is what we'll end the conspiracies on.
all right.
So it's about flat Earth, right? but it's saying like there's an ice wall around. You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, don't get at me. I'm not gonna believe it. They're saying there's an ice wall around. That's why you can't get through Antarctica, because that's surrounding, and you can get out, and you can get out to like Asgard and all these other places they're talking about.
I would believe it more.
That's like a One Piece map.
Yeah, I would believe it more like whenever they talk about like the things inside the earth, like if there's a hole that like drops us down into like the crust. I believe that more so than obviously flat earth, because one, we're the only one in the whole damn galaxy that's just flat.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is just round.
Mm-hmm.
But
maybe it's all flat.
when I found out, like, what do you think is like in the middle of the earth?
Magma.
Yeah, that's a theory.
That's not. Yeah, no one's ever gotten that close.
It is a theory. When I found out it was actually just a theory, like I don't remember them saying it was just a theory in like elementary school.
No, we had the
we
picture.
had the Earth crust.
Yeah, you had the picture.
Then you
of
had
it.
the mantle. Then you had the core.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, like that's what it is. That's what our foundation is on. And then they're like, oh, yeah, that's just a theory. I said, what? Why they teach it? Like it was like that's hard facts. That's what it is. So they haven't talked about it, but they found like that sinkhole in China during COVID again, when everything was happening, and they had prehistoric trees inside of it. So I'm just like, we've never made it super deep into the earth.
No one's ever dug to China.
No. So like
in the cartoons.
What's down there? We've never gone too deep in the ocean. Like there was like this other convincing conspiracy about like Atlantis being down there. And like
when the ocean did come around, how long ago? Whenever like that's how you get your islands and everything. Everything was like, above sea level. And then when you had like not tornadoes, you had like earthquakes and everything like that. That would lower the water, raise the water up. So that created islands. So there are masses of land, completely submerged underwater for all these years.
Yeah, like the whole flat Earth and like the ice wall and everything. I don't buy it.
That's why Game of Thrones. Come on, man. Game of Thrones, you got the ice wall protecting you from the outer realm. Same thing with Antarctica. Why aren't we allowed to go down there?
I will say there's some shit going on in Antarctica.
Yeah, because we're not allowed to fly over it. You're not allowed to visit it unless you're a scientist.
Here's where it's really messed up. You are technically allowed to sail to it. You're technically allowed to fly to it.
You're gonna die.
But whenever you try to, you get intercepted.
Yeah.
And like somebody tried to fly there in like their own commercial plane. They got stopped by like 2 F-18 jets, and they're like, "Hey, turn around."
Dude, there's something there. I mean,
then somebody tried to sail there. They got stopped by the fucking U.S. Navy. And the only way you can get in there is if you like work with National Geographic or like scientists. And then people who go down there and like talk about it, they're like, "Yeah, no, like there's
something
shit
going on," because there's got to be a reason. Like people they obviously don't care about your health. Your government doesn't really care about your health, because if we can't afford health insurance, they're like, "Oh, well, you're SOL." You're telling me that I'm not allowed to go down to Antarctica, which isn't even in their jurisdiction. It's like split between all these different countries. You don't care about my health, my safety,
neutral
about
zone,
that. Yeah, you don't care about that if I'm down there. You're like, oh, well, if you die down here, you die. Like, you didn't care if I died in the United States either.
Did you hear they said apparently there's like some flowers blooming there too?
I mean, I've seen where people said there were pyramids there. And you see like and that's like, that's another conspiracy, man.
Google,
I know that we're going to
Google Earth, like it's like all blurred out too.
Yeah, it's like a little blackish, grayish pyramids, which everyone's like, oh, it's a mountain. Where's the rest of the mountains at?
Yeah.
And the same thing with the pyramids in Egypt. Like those things, are so...
It goes into like, why are we considering it a continent if there's not something important there?
Yeah, there's some type of energy or something that like all these countries have come together and been like, hey, we're not going to let anyone else in, but we're going to have this country for ourselves, and we're going to share it, and we're going to go like,
that
share
is like the world leaders of like all the continents. Like everybody who runs their own like little continent is like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Collectively, we won't go down there for war. We won't do anything like that. We all work together down there, but we're not going to let the average person down there. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. There has to be something, because
also, who built those damn pyramids over in Egypt?
The Egyptians.
Perfectly.
Yeah.
They said aliens.
Have you seen like the way they do new carvings and everything? Like they'll put up like a wall and like they'll carve in like what it looks like the brick. I feel like they did something like that. I don't know how,
but they did it. They did it. So I feel like they did it relatively fast. I feel like the aliens came.
What freaks me out is the African pyramids are all in line with the South American pyramids, which are all in line with some of the Asian pyramids.
It's like the Native Americans in their stuff.
The Mayans and Incans and all of them were alive during the same period of time that the Egyptians were alive, and the Egyptians were all alive during the time of like the, I think it's the Huns or whatever who did theirs. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you have 3 different continents, give or take, and they're all doing the same thing.
Well, it's like the Native Americans in the earthworks here. I mean, yeah, that's in Ohio, but all those different areas were exactly the same distance, exactly the same shape, exactly like the same way facing to the sun. Like
how are they communicating with each other?
Yeah, to lay down the land.
Like, hey, this is how it's going down. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's one of those things where I don't think we'll ever figure it out.
No.
I also I'm a firm believer of like the Mummy.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be like grave robbing and like opening stuff up. Like, I know we're curious, but like, we keep opening this stuff, and like there's a reason why they make those movies. Like the whole saying of like, does life imitate art or does art imitate life? Doesn't matter. It's being imitated.
Yep.
And we're talking about this fucked up stuff that happens whenever this like anything happens, and like there's curses. And I was reading on something, and like they opened something up in like 2015, like some Egyptian thing.
The name of research, baby.
Bruh. They opened that up. The following year, 2016, Harambe gets killed, R.I.P. And since 2016, art class and everything, like everyone remembers the summer of 2016 was like the last great time.
Yeah.
And since then, the world has just gone to shit. It's just been horrible.
That's can be attributed to a lot of things, but I do, yeah.
I mean,
it's conspiracy, man. So the episode's been about this whole time.
Music was popping, TV was popping, outside was popping.
That's
and
it,
then
man.
It's just all got popped.
That's what happened, man. At the end of days, end of times.
Yeah.
Well, end of times.
I mean, I don't know, but this was a little bit of a different one for y'all.
Yeah, a couple funnies, couple reelies, more reelies than funnies this one. But we need to get that conspiracy theory episode out of the way.
I think there will definitely be like another one in the future of like we'll talk about this shit. It'll happen organically. This one kind of happened organically too.
Yeah, the clips, conspiracies
kind of led into
hand in hand, kind of went together. Like I don't know when you guys listen to this. The clips is tomorrow, maybe the day after. Who knows? We do different days at this point now. But you know that we brought it up first. Something crazy happens tomorrow.
Clue had a clue.
No clue had some sort of clue about what was going to happen.
Another thing for everybody, always give us a like.
Keep
please, because that does really help us if you guys like and comment and subscribe. But give us a comment of like those who are holding it down for us. Like, what would you want the group to be called? Like, I have a couple ideas. It's like the Clueless Pod or something. I don't know.
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
No.
Yeah, I got a couple ideas. Couple
ideas.
Idea.
I say my idea. I'm like, and that's really actually stupid. I have ideas. It's just typically like whenever I'm sitting like right before I go to bed, like you're like, oh man, that's a really good idea. Then you forgot it. It's that kind of moment. But let us know what you all want to be called, because like I want to show some respect and some love to everybody who's been with us since like day one. And then if we ever do make merch, you guys will get like
5%.
5% discount. Yeah.
10% off tax.
But I think that's where we're gonna cut it. Everyone be safe tomorrow with the eclipse.
Go wear your glasses. Use protection.
Always use protection.
Always, man.
Have a wonderful week. We're so glad you all stopped by, and we'll see you later.
See you guys.
See y'all.